I don't know.
You don't know? Well,
I
you
d-
know what I know?
what?
I know what I know. Okay, I am doing this off the cuff. I have not looked this up. This is purely from like the back reaches of my mind.
Okay.
Kat, you may be too young to have known about this show. Taylor,
Hey,
you might
hey,
know. Sorry, I
hey.
just have to pick at Taylor Robin the Cradle. Just kidding.
I
It's
have
not.
older siblings, you guys. I have older siblings.
Shh, shh, shh. We
I'm one of
still
those
like you.
people that like considers himself like Gen X by proxy because all my sisters are older than me.
Yeah.
So there
I'm an
was
Xennial.
once upon a time in the heyday of the why is
Oh,
this turned into a child's
I
animated
know
show, children's
exactly what you're
animated
about to
show?
talk about. I love this show.
Okay. Okay, so I have not looked up the theme song to this. I'm gonna like
Oh
do my
no.
best approximation, and then I want you to like see, like check afterwards how accurate it is and how accurate
I
my
off the top of
memory
my
is.
head, I know what the theme song sounds like. I'll tell you immediately.
So it starts out with like a fake Bond riff. It's dun 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 dun. James Bond, James Bond Jr.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Okay, so that should be our opening theme.
Oh
But
my
there,
gosh. That specifically you doing that?
Yes,
no,
specifically
not me.
Christian doing
Okay,
that.
no,
No,
no, no. I'd
yes.
have to warm up. Okay, I've had a really I've had a not a great day, so like my voice is not like in peak shape. But if you want me to, I could
Oh
try to
no, no,
do
no,
like
no,
a
no,
hack
no, no,
together in
no.
Audacity
No
and
one's
do
ever
one.
gonna care about this podcast, so just let it fly, dude.
I care.
But
That's
here's
why
the
I'm
thing. I
here.
do want Taylor to do the Oh wow, that was not.
Well, the thing we got to really consider is whether or not that'll get us a copyright strike.
Oh,
What
I guess that's
percentage do you think
true.
we just did?
Oh no, I accidentally marked a clip instead of muted my mic.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oopsie poopsie. No, well, would love to do like a screwed and chopped. That's an actual like musical term version of
Uh,
it, where
okay.
it's like different enough and derivative enough and
Swirly.
sounds like
James John
the
Boonier.
music is having a stroke that it
There
won't
you go.
matter. But
Yes.
I'll play with it this week and see.
All right, cool. Hello, everybody. Welcome to A View to a Podcast. Hey, everybody. Welcome to our podcast that we decided to name from our own brains and with no help from outside sources, A View to a Podcast. My name is Taylor McCary. This is me.
I'm Kat McCary, also
Yes.
me.
And I am just a stupid policeman.
That's Christian, and Christian is he. We are in the beginnings, the process of watching all the James Bond movies and ranking them for your listening delight, and it is delightful, and we will hear no such nonsense any other way. Today is kind of a big one because it's our first actual Bond movie. We did the intro, and this time we have a Bond movie to discuss, to pick apart, and the name of that Bond movie is Doctor No.
Doctor No.
The funny thing is Doctor No doesn't have an intro. It is like
We're gonna get there. I disagree with that.
it's Saul Bass. They want to be Saul Bass. That's what they want. They that's what the intro
Was it
is.
not Saul Bass? I wanted to look it up. It wasn't,
It's not
right?
good enough, in my opinion, to be Saul Bass.
Yes. All right.
Saul
So
and Elaine Bass. They did that as a couple, and I love that.
yes.
Yeah.
So Kat wanted to talk about this real quick. Kat, please give us information to contextualize.
Okay, well, first I want to make something very clear. This
Okay.
is a hot take podcast. We are not going to be doing research, really. It's just from the gut feelings going on
Mhm.
here. So you can complain, but we
just
don't
don't
care. We're not going to do much research.
This
That
is our
being said,
research.
Yes, the movie. We're going straight to the source like God intended.
Jeez.
whatever is in the lining notes, that's all we do. Actually, I don't think any of our DV came with
No, I don't
liner
think they
notes,
did.
did they? There were terrible
They
extras,
weren't too
though.
bad. The extras were kind of cool. They actually showed where the things were shot. Anyway, that's not the point. You had something else
Meh,
that you
meh, meh.
wanted to.
Okay,
To say,
here's my something else. I figured I would just start with a basic read of the background from IMDb. So this is the first James Bond. The credited writers are Richard Maybaum, Joanna Harwood, and Berkeley Mather.
A
It was directed.
lady?
I know, right?
She wrote all of the
Lady,
ogling, the female ogling shots,
as
staring at
she
James' butt.
should.
James'
Female.
butt.
I should
All
have
right, you were
something
saying?
for that, but I don't.
Sorry.
I was saying it's directed by Terrence Young and was released on October 10th, 1960. Schmiggity boo. No, 1962. 1962. So, hey, Kennedy was still alive.
That's a
Just,
really weird touch point.
just saying.
The first place her brain went was Kennedy. Of course, Kennedy saw the first Bond movie. No, that's kind of
He
weird.
probably
Kennedy
did.
might have been a
I'm
Bond fan.
sure. I bet it
I
screened in Camelot.
like the way he bangs a lot of women. It
I,
speaks to my heart.
I don't know if it was in after this film came out, but either after From Russia with Love or Goldfinger, it actually got an official like Vatican sanction. They were just like this is a horrible like I'm trying to remember
Oh,
the exact
sanctioned.
quote.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
sanction.
thought
Sorry,
like
no,
a
no, or like
Vatican thumbs up. And I thought,
no,
no
Sanctioned
like
by
way.
the Vatican.
I don't remember the precise word. Anyway, they said something. It's like a vulgar display of a vile display of vulgarity, sadism, and sex, or something to that
It's
tune.
the best.
Okay, that actually leads me to one thing I would love to do is I would love to read off the parental guide if I can find it. All of
Vid
the
Angel, the Vid Angel guide.
what would be censored if we had that. Now, where are you, parental
Okay,
guide?
great. The Parent's Guide.
The parent's guide for content, sex and nudity, but it's
Yes.
mild.
Oh.
All right. Violence and gore, also
Yes.
mild.
Oh.
Profanity, mild.
Yes.
Alcohol, mild.
What?
Frightening and intense scenes, mild. So according to the
The whole
parents,
movie is
this is
mild.
like it's
Well,
mild toast.
I
So
am shocked to hear that because you can see Honey Rider's boobs in this movie.
I thought it was like a skin
it's
suit.
obscure. Yeah,
It's
it's obscure.
obscure. She's wearing a white shirt while taking a shower bath in a pool of
Yeah.
water. That is full on side boob, spoob,
Oh,
as
I
they
thought
call
you
it in the
meant
states.
during the nuclear
Oh
decaminations.
Yeah,
no,
that one
no,
was where I was like, oh, there's a suit.
Yeah,
no! I was
same.
talking about when she's in the beach. So this is what we're getting ourselves
Ah,
into: a mild movie where
a
nothing happens
mild
apparently.
display,
A
mild
mild
A mild
display of
display of
dis-
vulgarity.
debauchery.
a mild display of debauchery. Maybe we'll think about having a drink later. After I smack some sense into you.
It's absolutely right.
I think we're
Have you ever
gonna
seen
have
that?
to.
Have you seen that interview with it
Where
was
he talks about smacking people.
yeah, well
Yeah,
yeah, it's like a follow-up with Barbara Walters.
yeah.
Mhm.
Barbara
Where he
Walters.
doubles down on it.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Haven't changed my position.
There's something to be
I
said for
feel like
consistency, I guess.
during Sean Connery, we really should just have some kind of, throw a coin in the schmackin' jar every time you mention it.
I I feel like I need to say as explicitly as possible, none of us believe that hitting women is a good idea.
Yes.
Just so we're very clear, don't hit women.
Yeah.
Great.
Isn't
That's
So
why
here
we're
we
Lazenby
are.
collecting money so that we
isn't
can donate.
Lazenby the worst though with slapping women?
We'll get to that one. We've
Okay.
got a few episodes to go for
I
that one.
haven't watched it and like I said, I haven't watched that one recently, so it's
Yeah.
my memory.
Yes, yes. So we have a quick rundown of our voting criteria. We've got the vibe, we've got the action, the one-liners, the villain, the muscle, which is the villain's henchman, the theme song, the opening credits, the Bond performance itself, the visual language, and the Bond girl, culminating in a potential score out of 10, provided we all use real numbers as opposed to non-real numbers. So, the vibe. Does this movie pass the vibe check? Kat, what you got?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Passes a vibe check. I rated it a strong 7. You know, it's not one I want to sink into over and over. I'm not going to watch this every night, but it's a solid intro. It hits all the paces of what I think a Bond movie should be. And it gets at that essence of Bond, which is he loves danger and he's a cad and he's like he's a mischievous little lad
He's a
who likes
violent
punching
degenerate,
people.
a mischievous lad.
Yeah, who just likes
All right,
punching people. So
a
solid
solid
7.
7. Okay. I'm gonna have to agree with my wife on this one. I also gave it a solid 7. However, my reasoning is such. I thought the pacing was kind of slow. It was a little glacial at points where I was like, okay, now we're setting something up. I'm waiting for the setup. And we're still setting up the thing that clearly is going to be set up. Okay, wait, setup. Great. Okay, set. Oh, action delivery setup. Back to the setup we go. I thought that there's a bit more tepidness than I would prefer in a Bond movie if I had a choice. However, I will say that when the moments of action hit, they were effective, which is how come it's above the 5 for me. A solid 7. A great movie with great feelings, but I'm not jonesing for it really ever. I'll
And
take it if it shows up though.
once again, I just want to point out, like, as an introduction, as the explosion of Bond on the screen,
He
it's
does
great.
explode on the screen a couple times, doesn't he?
I'd say more than a couple. I counted at
We'll get
least
there.
3.
We'll get there in a bit.
Well, we better make it 3 of a kind because I also gave it a 7.
Did you really?
Woo!
Yes, I did. I
Lucky
was
sevens.
pleasantly surprised. I was pleasantly surprised by this one because I knew that it was the first film, and usually, not counting the reboots or of anything, it's either a grand slam or it's like kind of a, oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. One of the things that I found kind of difficult, and maybe Kat, you can speak to this as a media critic, like one who's actually a media critic,
An actual
is that
critic.
there's the
Brush my shoulders
there's
off.
there's this I don't remember what it's called now, but there's this sort of critical theory where you analyzing something outside of its like temporal window can be unfair or like misleading, and so judging historical events, actions of people, whether it's like within living memory or within the last 200 years, etc., like judging that outside of its time frame gets fuzzy. And I think that part of the pacing thing is
Mm,
that
that's fair.
this was the early 60s. Okay, when was the last time you watched 2001 A Space Odyssey? Because I fall
Oh,
asleep every time I watch that. And yes, I know
so
it's
slow.
going for a very real, like that was Kubrick's thing. That's why he hired O'Bannon to do like all of his like to do the set. Actually, Klaus Adam, who did some amazing sets later on in the series,
Sure.
was originally going to do it, and he just decided to do other things because he was clept from his vision. Anyway, I'm getting way off topic with this. Prepare for that a lot, but I
I'm
think that it.
riveted, though.
I totally agree with what you've been saying. Like it's a great solid start. It's it sets the tone for James Bond. Like I did that line, the stupid policeman line, but was just so I was pleasantly surprised by how much actual like detective work he
Yeah,
does as
that's
he goes
true.
along. I don't remember this much. I just my perception again, just because of time, like I feel like all of the intelligence is done for him and everything is just like experiential. It's like, okay, it's happening in the moment. Where in this film, he's taking things apart as he goes to the scene. He goes to the first scene of the first murder rather, and he's picking
Mhm.
apart everything. He's looking at books. He finds the letter. He's looking at like the surroundings of the table. He's just looking at everything and trying to get a good handle of the situation. I think for the most part, for like 90% of this, he is in charge. Like he has the upper hand, and he I think up until he gets captured, I think he gets a little arrogant when he goes to Crab Key, but anyway,
Yeah. So solid 7 though. My question for
yes.
you is you brought up the idea of the anachronistic judgment.
Yes.
What is the question whether or not we is it fair to judge him anachronistically? Is that kind of
Well, whether no, that's kind of a big like academic question. I'm just saying
Mhm.
like for me personally, like I'm examining. You mentioned pacing. I
Mhm.
totally get that. Like if I was judging that even against a mid late 60s film, yes, it kind of drags, but going into this like an early 60s film, it's this is pre French Connection. This is pre a lot of yeah. So I think in that it just
Yeah.
helps bring context, but I don't think that we would need to like formally analyze it that way or adhere to any sort of school of
Sure.
thought.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we talked about this a little bit in the intro episode of whether we're judging based on Bond as a whole or just each individual film. And I think that goes along with it is we're kind of just judging on the moment that it came out
The
in
moment it
a
came out or
way.
the moment we saw it, because I feel like I'm not judging it based on what I
That's
thought was
true.
cool in 1962. I'm judging it based on what I think is cool now. The
But
timelessness of
we're
Bond, I
judging
think,
it
is a
based
fair
on
question.
itself as a movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Today,
Like
Yeah.
visual effects, like would you judge visual effects then versus what was contemporaneously possible or
I think if it takes me out, like I don't think that it's fair to say like, well, CGI would be better. I think it's more a question of
oh
were the effects effectively used in a way that like adds to the story.
the rear projection in this was awful. The force
But there
like
were some cool things.
yes.
So
Yeah.
solid sevens. Moving on to action. Is this an action sandwich or is this an action dud?
I feel like I'm the outlier here, so I'm gonna go first. I give it an
Okay.
8 because
An eight?
I give it an 8, and it's partially based some of the visual stuff we were just talking about, like, I find that spider scene so intense, and yes, looking back, I can now see the glass pressed against his arm, thank you,
You're
Taylor,
welcome.
but in the moment, I thought, "Ugh," it
I can I can
I
vouch.
got the
When we were
creepy
watching, a cat
crawlies,
actually like curled up and was like, "Whoa."
Wait, I
and
didn't notice that.
Which
There's
part?
like glass separating him from the spider.
Yeah. If you watch it
you could
again, like pushed against his shoulder, you can see that there's like a piece of glass flattening his shoulder while the spider crawls up.
Maybe my DVD just sucks.
No, no, no. It's
yeah,
if you don't know it's there, it's hard to notice. But once you know it's there, you can totally see it.
yeah. So,
It's very well
I did
done,
not know it the first time, but then afterwards, Taylor, tailored all over the place and like,
as
okay.
I do.
But no, I found that really tense. The car chase scene with the cyanide tablet, I thought was great.
Mhm.
But the pipe scene on Crab Key, where he's crawling through the pipes after being captured, my heart was in my throat. I was so tense during that time because I just expected something to steam out. But I think it had that action
Hmm.
tension that I loved. I was in it. I was in the action. All right, convince me why I'm wrong.
Shall I go or do you want to go, Christian?
Go for it, Taylor.
All right, I gave it a 5, and the only reason I gave it a 5 is because it really looks like Sean Connery is beating fools up for realsies. Like, he is throwing fools around. I think I mentioned it last time. Someone throws a punch, he physically throws them over his head. Sean Connery was a weightlifter and took part in body, like, he might have been in Mr. Olympus. That might not be actually true, but I
Didn't
feel
he
like he was
participate
in
in like Highland
weightlifting.
Games? Like, wasn't he like a caber thrower?
He was a
Maybe I'm
big
wrong.
man. Yeah, and so like Sean Connery was not messing around, and so that added a level of realism that is really hard to fake. I mean, especially you get into the later ones, old man Roger Moore, like, man, like punch you in the face, but like clearly he's not actually doing it. And this goes back to again why I love Sean Connery. I really feel like he could mess you up if you got into a fist fight, and that comes across in all of the action scenes. And so outside of that, though, they're like, they didn't feel dangerous to be in, right? Maybe it's because he was so adept at handling them, but I never felt like he was actually in danger because he was just so in control. There was no risk. I will say the pipe, I'll give you the pipe.
He
The
had
pipe
to
was,
rip up clothing for his hands. It was scary.
yeah, okay. I stick with my 5. It was straight middle of the road as far as action goes for me.
Okay.
I got the same ranking as you, Taylor. This is a solid 5, and I
Yes.
think that is. But I think it's just halves and halves. It's like I don't think it's just average 5. I think that there are really good actions. Like you said, Taylor, like the his physicality was just amazing. Like
Yes.
him flipping people, like the first scene. No, not, just that, not the first scene. That car chase scene from the airport
Mm-hmm.
where the guy's trying to shiv him, and he's like, nope, that's not happening, pal.
It's
And he does,
effortless.
and he does like do a great job of being that calm and collected. I think budget constraints were a thing, and that the car chase had to be mostly rear projection,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I enjoyed the aspect of it. As far as like action is concerned, and this kind of crosses over with a few of our other categories, but there's always like this. It. I'll never mind. I'll save that for the next one.
Okay.
For the quality of the villain. But I do like the action set pieces for the most part. Interesting. Like I completely forgot that they're like timed musical stings with the spider
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
smashing. I'm like, yeah,
Don't,
good on you.
don't,
Mm, mm.
And
don't.
just good on you, John Barry. Um,
Yeah.
by the way, yeah, John Barry's scores are always impressive.
Oh, the music in this movie.
If you ever want to hear a bad John Barry score, watch Walt Disney's The Black Hole.
Ooh, spicy take.
That is a deep
no,
cut.
there are elements that I like, but I think like John Barry was like phoning it in compared to his other work. I like the score. I love The Black Hole, by the way. If we
Yeah.
ever do like a B movie version of this, I'll talk about that to the end of the days. But yeah,
All right. So we got an 8, a 5, and a 5. Coming up next, I have one-liners next. Do I have the order wrong?
I have
Okay.
one-liners.
Christian, you go first this time.
all right. I gave it a 5. There was they were on their way to a funeral.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like, okay, it's not over the top. It's not like Schwarzenegger silly. But I like it. I think that was the only one that I can remember, and I watched this movie not that long ago, but that's the only one that really comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the Sting, the Smith and Wesson, like just bashing an American gunsmith. It's a bold
Of
move.
course.
Yeah. Well, it's that great British sensibility. I have to
Yes.
agree with you. I gave it less than 5. I gave it a
Oh.
3. And I gave it 3 because that's the only one I remember. And like I was listening for them. I was so excited, and he got the one, and I was like, "Oh, that's a solid one-liner." They were on their way to a funeral. What a great, like, I love the idea of like I just watched people explode in a car wreck. What happened? I'll make a joke about this death. Fantastic. But that's really the only one that I remember. It's the only one that really stuck out to me, and so I gave it a 3.
Yeah, I gave it a 3, and I didn't even remember the funeral line. I gave it a 3
Oh.
just for his snort at Honey Rider's name. She says her name in just that little um, but yeah, I said it's not polished yet, it's not
All
there.
right. So we're on to the villain. Now, Christian, you were excited to talk about the villain. Please bring us into the
So
depths of despair.
this is a hard one for me because there are so many elements of Doctor No that are genuinely intimidating. Like the first scene where the Doctor comes, like he's there without like outside of orders. He's jeopardizing a lot of things by coming there, and it just goes into the room. It's an automatic door. He goes in, and it's just like sit down. Like
Yes.
it's not like Darth Vader. It's just like it's the prototype. I mean, that would later, I guess, become adapted into number one, the Blofeld.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But it was just, and while it has been better executed in films in the 20th or the 20th, in like the late 20th, early 21st century cinema, the intimidation factor is really well done.
Yeah.
Um, his henchmen are afraid of him. They will do anything to like not divulge. It's not there's no squeezing information out of any of them.
Hmm.
That speaks a lot, and he's very much in control. Like I was just like waiting. I'm like he's like at the dinner scene. He's just like Bond is just trying to provoke him, and then finally he's just like, "You insist on provoking me. It's not going to work." And then he finally gives him his his ultimatum. He's like, "I thought you might be able to join us." He didn't look at Bond as like some pest initially. I mean, he did actually. He did. He did look at him as a pest, but he's like, "There's something about this guy. Maybe I can convince him, bring him over."
Yeah.
Doesn't
He
work.
saw the
He's like,
value.
yeah, and then he's just then he realizes it's futile. He sees that he's brainwashed by
Mm.
The West, you are nothing but a stupid policeman. And you know, and he just casually like, you know, he just casually gets up, like his treatment of people is very imposing. It's not mustache twirling. It's like, okay, I don't want to mess with this guy. He's like he doesn't go out of his way to be intimidating, yet the way that people act inform his intimidation.
Yes. So what was your scoring you gave this?
I gave Dr. No a 5, unfortunately. I would have
Oh.
placed him higher. I think what kind of like dropped the average down was the end fight was just dumb.
What fight?
Exactly. I
But,
and
like,
that was a
what an
letdown.
awful end, what an awful end. What a terrible way to die in that water.
Yeah.
But you're right, it
The
was not
the action
cinematic.
set pieces get better and better, and like the finales get better and better. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they vacillate. But
Okay.
yeah.
Now, Kat, you liked this one.
I did. I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest, I did just knock it down a half point. I'd originally rated it a 7.5. I'm going back, that was way too high. Going with a strict 7 here because everything before he reveals his face is the blueprint of intimidation. It's so fantastic. I'm going to talk about the scene with the scientists later, but I feel like you said, the intonation of the voice is so chilling and it's so calm and it stakes you to the heart. Him coming into Bond's room while he's sleeping and we just see
What
the
was that
hand.
about?
I don't
Anyway.
know, but it was bone chilling. I loved it. I thought this is the kind of creepiness. I'm a writer. It's amazing. No, it's the kind of tension and buildup that is so delicious. And once his face was revealed, it was fine. It's felt the yellow face is not great in this movie.
No. No.
Dr. No gets like fraction of a percent pass because his character is biracial.
That's true. They do actually say specifically he's not full-blooded
Yeah,
Chinese,
Yeah.
but still,
but still,
find someone
yes.
who's biracial. Today we would find someone who's
Yeah,
biracial to play the part.
different time.
Mhm.
I gave it 7.5. I'm surprised I have the highest ranking here, and I gave him a 7.5 because I thought solid menace, like very intimidating, scary presence. And then he pulls out his little like, and I've got metal hands. Boop a doop a doop a doop. I'm like, oh come on, dude, really? Look at me crush this clearly fake cup by going like this. Uh, Come on,
But it's
dude.
such an important plot point at the end. He can't
Because he
hold
can't pull
on.
himself up, which is the stupidest. Like, oh my goodness, my slippery hands are slippery. I cannot help myself. All of his menace is gone. Picturing him as a turtle on his back. A true villain can be on his back and not be afraid. Come on.
I mean, a villain has to have a weakness, but that was a weak sauce weakness. That was
That was
just
a bit too far.
yeah.
It would
But
have been cooler
again,
if he had tried to punch Bond and he hit a piece of electricity and it killed him that way. That would have been
There you go.
amazing.
oh yeah.
But
That
no,
metal hand looked great in the bed scene though.
Yeah, what was up with that scene?
It was just a precursor to whatever Javier Bardem is doing later on.
Uh, there we go. See, it's a
Okay,
callback. That's what Javier Bard. It's a no. This is what's the word? Foreshadowing. Very,
foreshadowing.
very,
Exactly.
very foreshadowing.
Bond just brings out everything and everyone.
Yes, he does. So we've got the villain set. We have the muscle now, and I gotta say, I hated the muscle in this movie. There was
What was the muscle
nobody.
in this movie?
The only one that stood out is Dr. Rocks are cool, and he sucked.
Dr. Ernest P. Worrell?
I know. You know what I mean, Vern? Like, what a non-scary, like completely inept, boneheaded moron, stupid dumb face.
I will say, if we're just talking
2
as
out of 10.
muscle as I give it a 2 out of 10 too. But I also looked at muscle as henchman, so I counted the secretary Miss Tarot as one. But that entire subplot made me very uncomfortable, and I
And
hated it quite a bit.
for verity's sake, you're talking about the quote unquote Chinese lady who's trying to get
Yes.
Bond killed. who is very
Yes.
clearly nowhere
Yikes.
near Chinese.
Which is weird because they have actual people of some Asian descent in the film. Like, it's just like, did she have too many lines for
But
them to
didn't
give
you
that to?
know Chinese women can't be beautiful?
I was gonna quote from "You Only Live Twice," the one that I remember, but we're not there yet.
We'll get there.
Oh no.
We'll get there. What do you got?
I also gave it a 2. Like,
Mm,
and yeah, it's just unfortunate because that was really it. They were just inept, scared agents. Like, because the henchman needs to be like blind obedience. That's like in further installments, like you get those. Well,
mhm.
I guess except for Moonraker, but we'll get there. But yeah, they have to have some sort of like incorruptibility. Whereas like poor Mango Tree Lady, sorry, I don't remember
Ah,
her
Miss
character's name, but
Tarot,
Miss
equally
Tarot.
racist.
Yes,
Yeah.
Miss Tarot was like seduced into like not fully executing her plan and gets captured. Whereas like I I'm sorry, this is like retroactively like looking back at the qualities of a good henchman. I'm thinking of like all of the all of the roles that like Pat Roach plays in the Indiana Jones films.
Mm,
Like
Mm,
that's muscle. And
yeah.
yeah.
there are elements of there are characters like that in the future films, but yeah, it's just yep, ineptitude and scared. And well,
Yeah.
not inept. They are no match for Mr. Bond.
Yeah, and as such would be terrible henchmen for Dr. No, who is pure menace. Like he would be like, I need someone to execute my will. You, milquetoast boy, come forth.
It's like the soldiers that were like guarding things and like that took poor Honey Rider away. Like they're more intimidating than look at these cool
Mhm.
rocks I got, Vern. They got isotopes.
Ooh.
This one's an agate. Ooh, agate. Okay, so coming up next, how do we rank the theme song? And this is a hot topic one because is this actually a theme song?
Mango tree.
Okay,
Well,
well,
but
here is Taylor's take, right?
Okay.
uh, I think that the introduction of the Bond theme, because it plays out in full, is the theme song from the movie. And then they tacked on very, very awkwardly that Mango song. Like the whole opening credits, and historically speaking, for Bond movies, that's how they introduce the theme song as the opening credits.
Yes.
So, how much of that opening credits is taken up by the actual 007 theme is basically the entirety of it, and then they have a one third tacked on to the end of it, and that's the underneath the mango. Well, they don't even do underneath the mango tree. It's like this weird
No, it's Three Blind
Congo.
Mice. It's like a
Yeah,
Jamaican style. Like I don't know if that's racist or not. The
no, I mean it's a
um
style. I think that like what it does is it sets up what happens next in the movie action wise, which is
oh,
not what they do in the
definitely.
future. It's an interesting choice. I don't think it lands particularly well. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 because if for no other reason, the full introduction of the actual James Bond theme that is so woven into our DNA came from that moment.
I will say, if we're judging it as the introduction as the James Bond theme song, as we know it, like 9, because that is a perfect song. It's iconic. Everyone can hum it. It's perfect. If it's under the mango tree, -17.
That's fair. I gave it a 3
Okay.
because it threw me off because I was expecting the instant like, guitar riff intro from Go and I'm just like cuz I told you I watched this first from like a VHS rip.
Mhm.
And I'm like, "Oh, did they like cut it out of like the broadcast because they didn't have the rights on ITV?"
Oh,
But it's just so weird to hear it just be kind of these like little bloops, and then finally it like goes into the song, and I'm like, well, I guess they were trying. Maybe I'll bump it up to a 5. But yeah, I was
Follow your heart.
I keep forgetting because I go back and forth because some of the things really wow me. I'm like, oh, I did not expect that, and other things are like,
you're ruining the science of this all, Christian.
I know that's what I do. I ruin things.
Yeah, the Christian Science Monitor here. Hi-yo.
Woo-hoo.
So we got the theme song. I mean, I think that we've all made our case for the theme song. Do the opening credits match the theme song, or I kind of feel like it's a solid middle of the road showing because I don't think they would make theme songs as big of a deal with the credits if they hadn't done this one first. If they would have done like their normal from that time period is like they just the cards with orchestral versions of something playing, it would have been fine. But this is the foundation for everything that came afterwards. And maybe that's not quite maybe that might be anachronistic. Maybe that's a 50s thing more than a 60s thing.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful
I
they did
would
it and I thought it was middle of the road.
I really wanna hear your take on this, Christian, because I do
Mm.
feel like this like you said, it's stylistically trying to mimic Hitchcock and things that were really big at that time. Um, so I wanna hear your take. I will say, I actually really loved the ripoff with the dots and everything. So I thought the dots and the James Bond theme, I was into it, and then actually once it went to the silhouettes and groovy music, it just felt like such a tone shift. I knocked it down a whole point. It did not feel cohesive at all.
No, I think you're right. That's the prototype, and prototypes have unfortunate flaws, but I think you're right about that. Like this being like a strange like tonal shift. I was just like, oh, Viva Las Vegas. It's like they want to be like the Rat Pack. Um,
Well,
but
yeah.
they did get there with the dots and the gun barrel. And sorry, hot take. I don't like that Sean Connery's Bond wears a hat in the gun barrel sequence.
Well, here's a if it might help you sleep better at night. That's not Sean Connery.
Oh, is it? Who is it?
It's like a stunt double or like a production person. Sean Connery wasn't there, and so they had someone else do it. So
Okay,
the
I don't
hat
like
is
the
still
hat.
there. The hat is the issue, not the Sean Connery.
Yes, no, it's the hat. Like, and it's too awkward. Like
Huh.
Connery, you see him move in the film, and it's like he does not move that awkwardly. He's rather fluid in the way that he moves.
I think that's a representation. If Sean Connery had done that with the hat on, you would have thought that is baller. I'm willing to
Well,
bet.
like, why didn't they reshoot it? That's just a weird thing.
I agree. I will say that I dislike the gun barrel. We're not specifically ranking the gun barrel ones because it doesn't make sense to. This one gun barrel one I don't like for the same reason because before he turns to shoots, it's almost like he trips over his feet and like rotates as he's falling and shoots. Like that's not James Bond. James Bond would just straight up like, oh, you're gonna
It's
got
smoother.
you, sucker.
Exactly.
All right, Bond performance. Hit us.
Mm. I mean, this is yeah, I this is an easy 10 for me. This is like perfect James Bond. Carries the menace so effortlessly without ever losing any of the charm. The sex appeal is there. The strength, the control, the violence, everything that James Bond is supposed to be is perfectly encapsulated in Sean Connery's performance in this movie. And I've said it before, I'll probably say it again. I believe Sean Connery could have really hurt every single person he did that with. None of it looked faked. None of it looked pulled. And if somebody had tried to pull it, I think he would have gotten mad and said, "No, we're doing this for real." I thought he was the perfect Bond. And I would say if you take, Live and Let Die, for example, Roger Moore's first. If you took that caliber of Roger Moore and put him in that first Bond movie, I don't think you have a franchise. Certainly not one that lasts 25 years because you need everything that Sean Connery brought to that role for it to really sink.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Solid 9. Like I say, you've already heard my Bond sort of memories.
Mhm.
I think that I wish that this had been the benchmark and that it had gone up from here. It does go
Mm.
up from here for a while, but it dips, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think that, but I was, like I said, I was very impressed. I was like, oh, he's an actual, like, he's an agent. He is intelligent. He's not just there to shoot things up and, go to bed with pretty lady. He, he portrays like what an agent should be. And I think that's one of the stronger imprints from Ian Fleming, Sir Ian
Yeah.
Fleming. So yeah, 9.
Fully
Mhm.
agree. So 9. What Kat, have you bestowed us?
No, I haven't. I also had it as a 10. I think Connery does come out guns a-blazing. It's a peak performance with the charm, with the
Ah, she's
roguishness.
even doing the
Oh,
accent.
no.
The
Um,
roguishness.
as anyone who knows me knows, I cannot do accents. They all turn
That's
into
not true.
racist Italian.
You can do racist Italian
I
like a
can do
gangbuster, dude.
racist Italian. So I will not try to do the Sean Connery. Uh,
I would
You could
actually
practically hear the Mamma
listen
Mia
up to
there,
what I've
couldn't you?
got to say, Mamma Mia.
But no, I think he comes out firing on all cylinders, and I think things get a little bit hokier from this point on. He starts to dial up certain aspects of his performance in different ways, where this is the most dangerous feeling. This is the
I definitely
most
agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is the most
Until we get to
dangerous
like
Connery ever was, I
yes, the
think.
most dangerous
Mhm.
Connery for sure. There are
Yeah.
other like Daniel Craig, particularly
Well,
in well, I mean all of his movies, terrifying. Timothy Dalton, when he goes unhinged, terrifying.
wait, who?
But Timothy Dalton, he
Who?
was actually Timothy Dalton was an actor who was very good. He was trained Shakespearean, and so
Who?
if you look at who the James Bond movies are,
Wait a second,
Timothy
you're talking
Dalton,
about the guy from Toy Story, right? The guy
yes,
who's the
yes,
hedgehog from okay, I'm with you now.
yeah. I thought he was Buzz Lightyear.
No. No,
Timothy Dalton wasn't Buzz Lightyear.
he wasn't.
I don't
Oh,
think
my
so,
life is a
Tim.
Timothy
lie.
Dalton was in Home Improvement, though.
Thanks, Al.
So,
Yes, yeah, great, solid Bond performance.
yeah. So 10 for me.
Overall,
And
a
so now we
positive
come on to the
experience.
crown jewel. We come on to the visual language,
Yes, we do love
which
to come on to things. One
I
Okay,
liner
would.
calm down, Connery, calm down.
All
for
right,
saying.
Kat, why don't you just get right back up on that horse and tell us all about the
Yeah,
visual language?
absolutely.
Yeah, ride that pony.
Woo, you can't see it, but I'm galloping. Uh, I gave this a solid 7, but I will say it's more for sets than the camera work. I don't think the cinematography is really that special, but the sets that they built, I think once again, just set the scene for Bond that would come. That villain lair is awesome. The arc of the lines with Doctor Love's Rocks when he shows up on Crab Key and it's just the room with the high ceiling and that and the lighting there. That scene alone is half my rating. So, I think the
Yeah.
sets are cool. I think that they set the tone for the outrageousness to come. And Taylor, why have you ruined that word for me? Anyway,
Ruined it or made it special.
porque nos
Don't
both.
answer that question. ¿Por qué no los
Uh,
dos?
but yeah, good sets. Cinematography will get better. I already know what will be my 10, but that's way down the line.
Yeah, it's, View to a Kill. How do you think they did with the visual language there, Christian?
So I gave it a 7 as well.
Okay.
Like I said, there are some really great highs, a lot of like mediocre. And when I say mediocre, it's probably budgetary reasons. It's not,
Mhm.
intentional. By the way, I misattributed the set designer. I don't know if he worked on Doctor No, but I know he worked on subsequent Bond movies. Ken Adam, not Klaus Adam.
Oh,
He
you
Ah,
is
idiot.
that's
he is
embarrassing.
he is German Jewish descent. In fact, his family like had to get out of Germany during a particular moment in history that we can't talk about on YouTube.
Mm.
Um, but and he later,
Depressing.
I believe, he wanted to like fly for the RAF, and they kind of like didn't want let him, and he's just like, no, I want to go shoot down Germans. So this is a taster, I think, of what Ken Adam would later do. But like you said, Kat, the that first like interrogation room of Dr. Nose at Crab Key, amazing. They did a
Mhm.
good job. One of the things I'll give J.J. Abrams credit for is like finding existing places and using them for sets, and that are very effective. I think whatever factory sort of like industrial complex that was at Crab Key is serviceable for what it was.
Can I ask
Um,
what J.J. Abrams has to do with that?
just his just the use of existing like non-sets but like locations that
Okay,
have
gotcha.
interesting like construction, be it like, so one of the scenes from Star Trek 2009 was like a brewery, but it's like the engine room or something like that. It's
Hmm.
but so it's not some it's so they would find it's a found set or found locations where they wouldn't have to build anything, and I think they did a good job mostly. um I have a really strong feelings about Day for Night. I don't like day for night, and there's a lot of that, unfortunately. But budgetary restrictions probably. Um, the scene with the dragon was like, I was just like, can we get over this and just have
Oh,
him be in the
yeah.
lair by now? It's just like this weird, like unattractive looking swamp that may or may not have been like connected to the same like island
Well, the thing
location that
that
they were
bothered me
shooting
about
at.
that especially was like you have Quarrel, who is a boat captain who lives on the main island in Kingston. You're telling me he wouldn't recognize a truck? Come on.
Well, they have
The
to
sound of
make
a truck? He drives a boat. Engines are his lifeblood.
He's seen it from far away at night. They're really
Nope. Don't
relying
buy it.
on
and
distance and
as
darkness.
and
Don't
as
buy it.
Felix points out, he's like a grog groggler. I don't know. What
A
do you say? Someone
grockler?
who's a
A grog
who's
hound.
a grog hound, a wine bibber.
Yeah, it sounded like that was like a Homestar Runner reference. I'm a grogger! Like some kind of like
This is my
Trogdor
friend.
reference.
He's a bit of a gwoggle.
Yeah.
I think that some of them could have been elevated, but I think that for what they had to work with, it was good enough. Like it was believable. There wasn't any, except for maybe one or two scenes like that kind of took me out of it. I think that everything was pretty believable.
Mm.
That's including the rear projection car chase where there's no concept of foreshortening, and like the car is like it's like they did the oh, I don't remember what it's called. It's not a rack focus, but it's the
Mhm.
zoom focus thing that Hitchcock
Uh-huh.
did and Spielberg did a lot of, Jaws notably.
I
Yeah.
just love I feel like you can almost see the reel behind him
You
rippling
could almost hear it.
as the fabric
You can hear
set is
you can
going
hear
by.
the projector.
Yeah. I mean that driving sequence is so bad because like you're watching the driver twist his hands every which direction while the car goes straight and then he stops and then it goes "Vroom." Come on, guys. We're
But the
making a
fight scene
movie
after
here.
was great. Fight
I had
scene.
the only one-liner in the movie. It was great. I gave the visual language in this movie a solid 5, right in the middle of the road. But it would be significantly less if not for that one shot, which is what you've talked about, which is when he goes in to get goes in the layer to get the spider. That one shot, the way they framed it with a wide angle, down pointing up so you can catch the whole light, walking into the empty room, combined with the menace of his voice, I thought was masterfully done. That scene was perfectly executed. Everything else in the movie was like, meh, meh, it's fine. It's not standing out. Like the fish tank, for example. Oh, we better have fish here that are clearly minnows and guppies. Well, you see, it's a magnifying glass. Ooh, come on. Come on. That's weak sauce.
What was going on with that?
Well, it well, Thunderball in the James Bond canon, but
May
in
I just
real
jump in real
life,
quick and say how much I love that you have the answer to this immediately?
I, I it may not be right. I have an answer for it, but underwater photography was extremely difficult, and that was owing to a plethora of different factors. But I think Thunderball was famous for being like the first underwater shot sequence that of that length that was that clear.
Hmm.
Because if you look at other like 60s and 50s, like even like color films, like go go watch the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and it's just like
Mhm.
it's awful. It's like looking at an olive drab filter being like put over a fish tank. It's just awful.
Yeah. Yeah. That was bad. So the visual language suffers as a result in
It's
my.
serviceable. Serviceable is
Yeah. I can
With
watch it and
one
not feel
moment
like
of
I'm
greatness.
one moment of pure greatness, but it's never enough to take me out of the fact that I'm watching a movie except for that one scene with the fish. It's a magnifying glass. Okay. The rest of it was fine. It yeah, nothing amazing, nothing terrible. Which brings us to our final bit of set dressing. The best set dressing, some might even say. Uh the girl, the Bond girl. Now, Kat, we talked about last time who is the Bond girl because she has pointed out that Bond has a bit of a high body count. He's got the lady who he's gambling with at the beginning who shows up to his
Mhm.
house wearing just his shirt, which is, welcome home. You've got Miss
Was that a
Tarot.
chef's kiss you did right there? Just yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's great look for her. It's really working.
I gotta say, with Miss Tarot, just once again, I hate all of that because it's not a seduction. It's him
Forced.
grossly taking advantage
Yeah.
Yes.
of a situation.
Well, we're not talking about the sexual mores of the time or
I
what
know,
was
I
acceptable or
know.
not acceptable.
But I'm
Miss
just
Tarot
saying
was
she
not a
probably
Bond girl.
she's got lots of screen time, but you're right, she's not a Bond girl.
She's not a Bond girl, and there's a taste to it. You'll start to develop as we do this more cat. You'll see. You see,
Oh,
as you
oh,
watch Bond movies, you start to take into account the intentions, and the Bond girl starts to become a little more obvious. You'll see. You'll
wait,
see.
did I get into a bad situation doing a podcast about James Bond with 2 men?
No, 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 no. I'll show you what I
Oh,
mean later.
no. Oh, no.
So ultimately, Honey
Sleeping on the
Rider
couch
is.
tonight, Taylor.
Oh, I'll see if I can change her mind with a little love tap, if you know what I mean. Straight on the
Razzle
mouth,
dazzle.
you dirty whore. So
I laugh because
Honey
it's true.
Rider. Oh my gosh, I don't beat my wife. Uh, the Bond girl is Honey Rider, and she is in my mind, the quintessential Bond girl because everything about her
Oh,
is exactly what you want a Bond girl to be. She shows up in a silly way. She's barely dressed. She contributes nothing to the movie. Okay, now that I'm saying it, it sounds pretty bad. My
uh-huh,
point is,
uh-huh. What did you
I
rate
gave
her?
her I gave her a 7.5. And I gave her a 7.5 because it felt natural for I could see that happening in real life. We're there, we're doing a thing. She's like, I'm not scared of this place. What could I possibly be scared of? I come here all the time. And then because she's around James Bond, she gets taken into some kind of action. She's not equipped for it. She doesn't deserve it. And Bond now has to make sure she makes it out safe. I think that she's a more than window dressing. She's a believable part of the story. In the context and the universe of the story, her presence is fortuitous for James Bond from a purely sexual point of view. And I think it's dumb that at the end he's like, well, we'll just let the boat go adrift so we can bang. But like taking that aside, it makes sense to me that he would find her. It makes sense to me the way she acts around him, the anger she has towards him. I don't fully understand why she comes around. Then again, I don't understand why women love Tony Soprano. So
Oh, I do.
yeah, I know you do.
L he it's the carriage. Um, I just can't get over it's very believable that she would be collecting shells
In the universe of the
in a
movie, it makes
be-studded
sense.
I,
belt, and that
did you
also
do?
Doctor No would have killed her father, which we just never talk about again.
Okay, I forgot about that part.
I
That's
forgot about
fair.
that part too.
He
Wow.
killed my father.
All I saw was don't worry
The
about what I
nips.
saw. Please continue.
I give her a 7.5 too. I will say that.
She was terrible. How dare you? You're an insult to me, Taylor. You insult our family name. Also, I think she's exactly the same.
I don't think she was terrible. I don't think she was terrible. I'm just laughing at the fact that you're like, "She's believable. This is such a
In the context
realistic
of the
part of the
universe,
movie."
let's go ahead. You're upset that I'm talking about the
How
believability of
many
Honey
conch
Rider.
shells are just, like, on the
Let's
beach
go
like
back
that?
just a few minutes, and tell me again how Doctor No's hands aren't the stupidest thing you've ever seen in your life. But his hands were metal. It was so cool. No, it was stupid. It was very, very stupid. But if Doctor No's hands are okay, Honey Rider gets a pass.
I'm not saying
Uh-huh.
she doesn't.
Uh-huh.
It's so realistic that she would
In
be
the
there.
context of that movie, you like Doctor No's stupid metal hands. I can like a woman who shows up collecting seashells.
Okay, did you guys do like a did you bother to like do a like inflation adjustment for she's like $50 in Miami. It's like
No.
almost it's like 110%. So it's like over $500 for that
Oh,
shell
nice.
in
That's
today's
an
dollars.
entrepreneurial woman with a spirit I can support.
That's what we're calling it? Spirit? Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
any support I can give,
I do wanna talk about her for just a sec. I liked
please.
her not just because of the ridiculous entrance, which I do think is vital to a Bond girl, not just
Mhm.
because of the ridiculous outfit, which also vital to a Bond girl. If you're not seeing way more stomach than you should be, like, why even bother? Not should
There's
be,
some
not
pushback I'm
should
gonna give
be.
on that when we get to Honey Rider or Plenty of Tool. I mean, not Plenty of Tool does not ever show her stomach.
What? I'm not gonna like that movie.
Maybe she does, and I'm wrong,
Here's
but I don't remember it.
no, here's what I like about Honey Rider, along with all of the typical Bond girl things that would become
Mhm.
touch points. I do feel like she's just a hair more adventurous and capable than most we will see for the next decade or two. She knows
Mm.
the swamp super well. She goes for it. She has no qualms ducking underwater with a straw inside her mouth. She seems really capable up until we get in the lair, and then she just becomes damsel in distress. But
Sure.
up to that moment, she knows this island. She knows what she wants. She's making money, honey.
She's a go-getter. I will
Yeah.
say, I think that Goldfinger would like to have a conversation with you.
About which part?
The damsel in distress, the dip down
Oh,
into
oh,
incapacity, because like I joke, but Plenty O'Toole is a badass dude.
okay. I'll re-examine.
Named
I guess
after her
this
father,
is
you know.
oh my goodness.
Jeez.
This is my half
It's a
remembered
quote from the movie.
view from a million viewings of From Russia with Love that I don't remember. If you asked me to
Oh
name the
yeah,
Bond girl in that right now, couldn't do it. And I've probably
I
seen
can
that
picture her
movie more than
face.
any other.
Poor,
So,
poor
Yeah,
distressed girl who gets creeped upon by her support or her inferior or
her
superior,
scary butch lesbian boss. It's implied heavily.
who has like the worst Russian accent outside of
Oh,
Sam
dude.
Neill.
I was thinking how excited I am because I speak Russian. Christian speaks Russian-ish, and like I'm so excited to watch this movie and listen to them just butcher it. It's gonna be so bad.
It is.
Oh,
Spoiler
I can't
alert.
wait. Cannot wait.
Um, I'm glad, Kat, that you brought up that scene because I haven't watched all of them yet, obviously, but my um so by the way, like just as a
Ooh.
reminder, like the Bond girl is whomever appears on the DVD
right.
set. Like
Right.
Yeah,
that was what we agreed on last time is like who by definition is the Bond girl apart from like the liaisons. But like my
liaison.
DVDs, they're still in these like little like
Yeah,
ASMR things.
You
It
gotta do the
like
tap, the
there's no visible damage to the disc. That whole scene is just gone. I can't watch it anymore. So
oh,
like there's like this big chunk of movie where it's like the whole like basically when after they shoot the beach, like shoot them at the beach to the time that they get captured. So
Oh,
oh,
like
that's a
I've
bummer.
only seen the dragon tank once, but that
Oh,
it won't play. It just won't play. But
hmm. This one
brand
has
new
been edited for your
setting.
protection.
But but I'm glad that you brought that up though because that, you're exactly right on point with that. She is I was very impressed. I'm like, "Oh, this Bond girl like is capable. She has like she's not afraid of Bond at all. She's like she's got her knife like brandishing her knife like she's not
Hmm.
afraid." And up until they get into the thing, she is capable. But yeah, and it's it's horrible, but like the way that Dr. No treats her is just horrible, but the
Yeah.
way that she reacts to it is very realistic. It's not like over the top.
mhm,
But I don't understand like when they're at dinner and she's like it Bond's like, "Oh, let the girl go. We should just not part of this." And she's just like, "No, I'm staying." It's like, why does she want to stay? And maybe that goes into like her wanting revenge. Like, and I
mhm,
would have seen her do the play with the table knife, not Bond. I mean, I could
They're
see
going
Bond,
for the
but
knife.
yeah, I would have seen her try it first,
Hmm.
and then he tries it, and then he gets caught. So like, I would have liked to have seen like a little bit more of a tussle because she is, she is capable. I wish that
Yeah.
there had been more of that. It just seemed she's just woman assault happen maybe off screen. Do what you like,
Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Yeah,
but
that
it's not
dark
as
backstory. Oh,
I I think that I think though so I didn't even give the score 5
Okay.
for basically the reasons that
huh.
we've already discussed. Like once they get into the main like layer, she doesn't do a whole lot. I wish that she would have like resisted a bit more. I mean, she's out of her element. She's not like, it's not
She
the
was
beach, it's
totally
not the
asking
open
for it.
sea.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
out of her
Straight
element,
to
not
jail. Straight to
straight
jail.
to jail.
Straight to the cutting room floor for that one.
No, I've forgotten my other point.
Sorry.
No,
You
no,
wish
no.
she
Now
would
we
have
have
fought
to
back
keep
more.
this in.
No,
No,
we don't.
We don't. But overall, like one thing that this is like a kind of a sidecar to this discussion. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like the leering was very 50-50.
Hmm.
I appreciated that like it wasn't just James Bond like ogling. Like I know for a fact that he in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Bond is walking through a hallway looking at an adult magazine, just in the hallway, centerfold out. I don't know why I remembered that scene, and I'm like, oh, that's kind
Oh,
of
I think I know
strange.
why.
I love magazines. I have a huge collection of them.
It's magazines of any
Star
certain
kind.
logs.
kinds.
Look at the glossy paper.
I have like every issue of Starlog. I have Nintendo Power from the very
Ooh,
beginning.
those are worth a lot of money.
Just kidding, I don't. My friend
Oh.
Mike had those.
Oh
No,
my.
I feel like it was a little fairly balanced for the era of ogling. Like you have like the women ogling Bond. You have Bond giving eyes. I don't know why I decided to bring that up, but I know it was something I noticed. It was like I expected it to be very like Roger Moore era.
Yeah.
Like the scene I remember from that movie, unfortunately, was the zooming camera, the watch camera thing that he has.
Oh
Yeah.
geez.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
5.
5. I did the math on mine and I updated. So I actually updated some before I gave some of the scores that I gave were all accurate. My final scores. My total for this one comes out to 58.5 out of 100. Was slightly better than middle of
Geez.
the road, but not by much.
I have a 68 out of 100. So solid. I'd say passing score pretty much.
Sure. A D plus.
55. D plus. 55. I
All right.
also think very serviceable. Good
Yeah,
start.
it'll do when no other Bond movie will be available.
Hmm.
Awesome. We did it.
Go
A
team
view to a
go.
podcast. Done. Well, this episode anyway.
Da dun da dun.
Quick cat to the
Anyway,
last chord.
join. There you
Oh my
go.
gosh. So bad.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You
You
should
two
have
have to do the
committed on
voices.
blah, 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 blah.
What's
Just throw some racist Italian out. That's what you
Oh my
did for your
gosh.
sound of the chord. But you should have thrown a little bit of racist Italian on top of it to make it consistent with the character of yourself you've revealed.
Listen, you two do the noises, and I will be here to say, join us next time for From Russia.
From
With
Russia
love.
with love.
What
Yes.
up? There, I did it.
See you guys later.
All right.
Bye.